Imagine a world where you can no longer access the internet, a world where communication is limited and information is scarce, a world where the economy grinds to a halt and businesses shut down. What would happen if the internet broke down? Let's find out. Can you imagine a world where the internet no longer exists? A world where we can no longer connect with each other, access information, or even conduct basic transactions? This is the reality that we may face if the internet were to suddenly break down. This is not just a hypothetical scenario, it's a real possibility. And in this video, we will explore the impact of a broken internet on our daily lives. Let's take a closer look at more details around these aspects. Difficulty communicating. Without the internet, people would have difficulty communicating with each other, whether it's through email, social media, or messaging apps. It's difficult to provide an exact percentage of communication that goes through the internet as it is constantly changing. However, it's safe to say that a significant portion of communication now takes place through the internet. Lack of access to information. The internet is a primary source of information for many people, and without it, access to news, government services, access to healthcare, and other important information would be limited. This would be critical if there were a natural disaster or if your country were under attack from a foreign country. Disruption of businesses. Many businesses rely on the internet for transactions, communication, and operations. Without it, they would struggle to function, which could lead to job losses and economic disruption. Inability to access online services. Services such as online banking, online shopping, and telemedicine would no longer be available, which would make it difficult for people to access these services. These services get more and more dependent on the internet and would create a complete chaos if they had to do it the old way. Difficulty calling emergency services. With phone lines also down, it would be difficult to contact emergency services, which could have serious consequences in case of an emergency. So, how would our first days look like? In the first few days without the internet, the world is thrown into chaos. People struggle to communicate and access basic necessities. Businesses are forced to shut down, and the economy grinds to a halt. People are worried about their loved ones and how they will survive without access to the internet. As the days go on, we see how much the absence of internet is affecting our daily lives. People are struggling to access important information, such as weather updates, news, and emergency services. Businesses are struggling to stay afloat, and people are losing their jobs. The government tries to restore the internet, but it's a slow and difficult process. Meanwhile, some people take advantage of the situation, looting and causing chaos. Although it's hard to imagine a world without the internet, it's important to remember that we're all in this together. We can adapt and come together to overcome even the biggest challenges. So let's work together to ensure that this scenario remains only in our imagination. We should appreciate the internet we have and take steps to ensure that it's always there for us in case of emergency. A call to action to share the video and raise awareness about the importance of internet infrastructure and the impact of internet on our daily lives. Encourage the audience to sign petitions, write to the representatives, and support organizations that work to improve internet infrastructure.